Hello and welcome. This video is brought to you by the StreamingAdvisor.com. Tailor your entertainment with streaming. What we're going to do in this video is talk about a lot of the new features that have been put on the Roku in the last couple of months, and even most recently last couple of weeks. Also, we're going to talk about how to maybe simplify your screen because of the way that it's grown by categories over here on the left side. If you don't think if you think it's getting a little crowded, then, you can easily change this up. And we'll show you how to do all that in this video. So we're going to start talking today about what's going on and, what's new, and the kind of the cool things about it. The new features, might seem like a lot, but they're all kind of out there to help you find things, help you enjoy TV, and save money, really. So, let's get over to the home screen and show you what's new. First off, this has been around for a while. These ad channels. This is just kind of an extra screen thing. But as you go to the top, you see this new section. TV shows, movies, new and popular. And the section that says all things food, all things home, and sports. So these are new kind of jump-off places that they've added to the Roku home screen. And it's there to help you find stuff to watch without having to browse and search and overthink things. Every time the good folks over at Home Research work together, when they ask people, what do you think about streaming? There's always a lot about, I feel overwhelmed. So Roku, started with sports, but then has moved into food and home in order to kind of address things that people particularly like to watch. There's certain genres, everything from true crime and documentaries to stuff like home, cooking, and sports. And you see what they've done is they've brought together content from across lots of different apps, although there is a heavy dose of the Roku channel and Tubi in a lot of these, where there are collections of home shows, and in this case, cooking shows, that you can get for free, and in some cases, a subscription, just to let you know that they're out there. Why are so many things from the Roku channel? Well, this is a Roku, right? But the live TV section pulls from Roku channel's little live TV grid. I don't know if you've ever explored that before, but they have tons and tons of little special channels that are just there. But you see that it pulls from other things like stars, and I'm not sure whether it pulls anything from the Peacock live TV or what, but they're out there. These, things that say may require a subscription up there under the featured feasts, you could probably assume that most of that stuff requires a subscription. It's just like a polite way of saying you don't get this for free. But Roku has done a nice job of breaking things up by category, subgenre, subcategory, and they're also going to throw in some just television show suggestions. I figure if you like watching people cook, you might like to watch a show about people who cook. Here's foodie movies. But in general, this is a good way to get started. If you're someone who likes this, or someone says, you know what I like on TV? I like to watch cooking shows, but I don't want to have to pay for cable to get it, blah, 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 blah. Show them this. All Things Home is organized in much the same way. You got, it starts off with your free home and DIY content right at the top. And this, again, is a heavy dose of things from the Roku channel, but other things popped in there from other places. It just so happens that Roku channel has a lot of free content. And, like I said, of course they want you to watch their Roku stuff. But Roku doesn't push their things as much as others. If you look up a show on the Roku search, it's not going to be like, here, watch all of this stuff on the Roku channel, But it does push it a lot through their home screen apps, which makes sense. But not everything's Roku. See, Hometown on Pluto. I did not know that Hometown was free on Pluto TV. Personal note, that their ideas inspired a lot of things that we did when we bought our house. But this category, again, this is broken up into all sorts of subcategories. In general, these little jumping off points, as I call them, are, almost apps onto themselves. But they acknowledge that there are tons of apps on the Roku that will cover these sorts of things. So, if you don't want to jump into all things home, maybe you discover another app that you like that has the content that you want. Like I said, it's all about making it easy to find things. The sports category up here might look familiar to you if you've been paying attention to every little update that's come along with Roku. Roku launched the sports category a year ago and has been updating it a lot recently. It's a really good place to look when you're looking for sports stuff. I've definitely found myself on a Saturday saying, where's the game? Because it's good because it'll show you, all the NFL games, all the NBA games, all the, anything that's available. You might not necessarily be able to watch it just because it's listed, because it might be something that's available in a service you don't subscribe to or something like that. But you at least will know basic stuff, whether it's started, what channel is it on. Then if you need to add a service, you need to add a service. Them's the way things go. But up on top, it's got another new section. You have the movies, TV show, and new. Here's the movie section. Again, starts off with a recommended list. I do not know what Friday Freddy's. That's funny. I love the this movie's popular. Let's throw another one together real quick. Categories. It's got your continue watching section here. This is things that you may have been watching, across genres, which is cool. If it was on Hulu, it'll be there. If it was on Amazon, it'll be there. Netflix, and so on. Has a section for trailers for new movies. Remember when that was the big thing on the internet, watching the trailers? It also has a section for your saved files, or your saved, your universal save list that Roku has worked out. Basically, these things are tying together a lot of Roku features that they've been rolling out piecemeal over the last, few years, and putting it all in one place so that you open up one basic section to find things that you want to see. So everything from stuff that you have specifically bookmarked to look at later to just general suggestions. Because really, it's hard when you open up a big menu and there's a million things to do. If you go to a restaurant, if the appetizer list was 75 items, you'd spend an hour looking at the 75 items and arguing, you want to get wings, you want to get this, you want to get that, you want to try Thai food. I know I'm going on, but that's sort of the point. That's what your brain does when you get too many choices. But Roku is, again, trying to help you focus. It's becoming both a platform for apps and kind of like a built-in streaming TV guide, so that you can sit down and get to things. Now, if all of this has become too much for you, you can fix that. You go into settings and then just navigate down to the home screen, and you can kind of calm things down a little bit. It's not going to get rid of everything, but you can at least make it visually a little less busy. And you do that by selecting hide under all of these TV options. So you see, we're just going to hide for everything. You don't need the sports over there now because sports is at the top of the screen. Hide the holiday device deals, and even the shortcuts, because there's already a channel store or a Roku streaming store. You turn the TV off with the off button, and there we are. everything's unselected. So we go back to the home screen, and you see the home menu here is now very much simplified. It's almost like, I think this is what it looked like when the thing first came out, when when the Roku 3 launched this new system. So you still have the menus at the top of the screen, but your basic home screen is cleared up and more relaxed. And that's that. That is what's going on with Roku right now. I'm not sure whether we're ever going to see the rows with with the 4 columns at a time or not again. That might have been just something they were working on, just experimenting with. We also don't see the continue watching row on the top, even though it's built into the TV shows and movies. So maybe this is the way Roku has decided to go in the end. If you want to find those features, they're not too far away, but you also have a still minimalist setup on the screen so that you can find what you're looking for and just kind of relax. TV isn't supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be a system of 100 different decisions and, what do you want to do the most? What do you like the most? Who's your favorite child? Right? You're not supposed to think about it that much. So that's that. Those are the features. I hope you found this helpful. For some people, just showing the menu where you can change the screen might be the best part of the video. I should probably do a video on that on its own. But as always, I'm Ryan Downey, the streaming advisor. Please subscribe. Please like this video. You can't do a video without saying that these days. And as always, stream on, my friends.